Hi, Chris Migliaccio here. Today we're going to talk about the document collection stage of a bankruptcy case. So this is typically going to be our first big step in the case, and this is a very important step because in order to file bankruptcy, you need to disclose a lot of information about your financial situation, including all the assets you own, all of your income, and all your creditors. The process can be a little overwhelming. But what we've done in our office to make it more streamlined and less miserable is we've created checklists, and we also have a online website that we set up. It's called our Bankruptcy Portal, and it basically is going to outline everything that we need. And I'm going to show you that here in a minute. But just know about document collection. It's typically going to be the most taxing part of your case because you're going to have to gather information for us so that we can use that information to draft your paperwork. It's very similar to trying to get a mortgage if you've ever had to get a mortgage. Is it worth it? Absolutely. The relief that a bankruptcy filing can bring one is tremendous, but it's a give and take relationship. So in order to be eligible for that bankruptcy discharge and that bankruptcy stay, you've got to be willing to disclose all the information that the bankruptcy court requires. So be careful about shortcuts in this stage. If you take a shortcut and don't disclose something, it's going to eventually come back to hurt you. And the reason why that happens, or how that happens, is your case is not just reviewed by yourself and then your attorney. It's reviewed by the bankruptcy court, trustees of the bankruptcy court, and creditors. So anywhere along the way, if you're missing a key piece of information and it later comes up that you didn't disclose it, you can find yourself in a situation that is not very favorable. And it can also, you could find yourself not having a bankruptcy discharge. So always disclose everything. And with our firm, we want everything so that we can make sure we're doing our job and making your case as smooth as possible. So this is a very important step. The good news is once you get us all the information, which we will help you with, and I'll explain in a second, after that point, we can typically handle most of the heavy lifting, which includes drafting the petition and making sure you understand everything. But we do need you to get us the information. So this is a big contribution for that we ask that you make while doing the bankruptcy. So let me go ahead and share my screen here for a second. Okay, so this is what our bankruptcy packet looks like today. As you can see, it starts out with basically a checklist of items that we're going to need. Some of these items you will have, and some of them you will not, and they may not apply. So examples of items that you definitely should have or need to have would be a form of ID, like a driver's license, and also a social security card. An example of something that you may not have is if you don't own a home, you won't have a copy of a homeowner's insurance policy, more than likely. So some of the key things that you'll want to start gathering up right away is your last 6 months pay stubs from your job. Now, if you are self-employed or you do 1099, then we're going to need you to complete a profit and loss form for us so that we can disclose your income in that form. And we can provide you a helpful form that you can complete for that. We'll also need any bank accounts, retirement account statements that you've received in the last 6 months. And then, of course, we need your last typically 2 to 3 years of tax returns. We'll let you know specifically for your case. So keep in mind that this is a moving situation. And what I mean by that is you may provide us on day one your last 6 months pay stubs. And then as we continue with your case, another month passes by. We will then need you to update us with the most recent pay stubs for the month that just passed. So this is a very collaborative process where we're asking you to provide information. But then when you provide the information, we are going to give you feedback. And, hey, you got the right documents. We're good. We can check that off the list. Or, hey, you got most of these documents, but this is another document we need for your case. Now, what we've set up as far as getting us the documents, we have a portal. So here's kind of like a example of what the portal would look like. As you can see, there's a list of documents. If you recall, I said we need your bank statements for like the last 6 months. So here you can click upload, and you can drag and drop them in here. Or if you have them saved to one of your local drive or a Dropbox, you can bring it in here. You can even take a picture of something, a good picture, and upload it to our portal. Then when it's uploaded to our portal, we will get an alert that you uploaded it, and then we can review that to make sure it's satisfactory and that this is something the court would accept. So that's what the purpose of this portal is. And for document collection, the process is very much you getting us documents, and then our firm reviewing the documents, giving you the thumbs up or giving you feedback that you may need to get us other documents, or you may need to update a document, or maybe you didn't give us the right document. So it's a very collaborative process. We have this set up so that you can upload it to the portal, save paper, save yourself time. Of course, you do have the option, if you prefer to print everything out, you can mail it to us or bring it to our office. The only thing I'll say about that is it can slow down the process a little bit if you're mailing it. So if you're able to do it over the computer, that's typically going to be the best way. But again, whatever form you use to get us the information, we're going to help you get it done. So if you mail us the documents, we'll scan them in and upload them to the portal and give you feedback. So that's what the portal looks like. So just keep in mind that this first part of the bankruptcy process can be described by some as frustrating. And the reason why it can be frustrating is you've made the big decision after consulting with an attorney that you're going to file bankruptcy, that you're going to make a big move for yourself to help yourself out. And you want to just get the case filed, but that's not how the bankruptcy world works. Most of what's done for a person when they file a bankruptcy is actually done prior to them filing. By the time you get to the filing portion of the case, typically, if you're doing it right, most of everything is done, and it's just a matter of going through the process of filing it and going to the 341 meeting. So just keep that in mind, that this is where you're really making a change by getting us the information, because that information will then be used to draft the paperwork to make sure your case is going to be a successful case. We want to make sure you have a successful case. So we're going to review everything very thoroughly and give you feedback along the way. So if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with us. But I just wanted to make this quick video to go over the process. And I hope you have a great day.